Uneducated.
Uneducated.
Uneducated experts.
With Mink and Jones.
Telling you everything that we think we know.
And nothing that we do. Episode 23.
And we are back. It's the Uneducated Experts. I am Mink.
And I am Jones. And what we're going to do is give you that fastest minute of your life since that first time in your life. We're going to hit you with our own headlines because we don't care what ESPN says. You ready, Mink?
I'm always ready, bruh. Never not ready. Let's go.
1 minute, start the clock, and go. Which 1 and 2 team heading into week 4 needs a win?
I'm going to hit you with a 1-1 team, and that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with their division. Since the Falcons keep falling into victories, the Bucs need to start winning now if they want to win that division. Go. Can the Packers limp their way into the playoffs?
They do it every year. They got Aaron Rodgers, the best quarterback in the league. It would be amazing to see what this team can do if they were ever fully healthy.
They'll never be healthy.
Which AFC West showdown? Huge AFC West showdown. Who cannot afford to go 2-2, the Raiders or the Broncos?
I mean, I don't think either of them really can, but with the schedules going forward, I would say that the Raiders would be hurt more by this loss. Go.
Which 0-3 team, the Bengals or the Chargers, have a better chance of winning this weekend?
I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think that their record doesn't show how great or how good their team is playing. It's just the fact that they've played 2 AFC West teams. Go. Do the Vikings need Sam Bradford?
Sam Bradford needs his knees first before we can answer that question. But yes, the Vikings do need Sam Bradford.
Are we at a minute?
No, we passed a minute, bro. We passed a minute. But yeah. Good minute. That's a good minute. So you say the Buccaneers, huh?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I called the Bucs to win their division. I mean, I think they look like the best team in their division. The Falcons have literally fallen into some victories.
Literally fallen into some victories. But I don't know how you can say they look the best in the division of Bucs after that week 3 ass whooping we saw the Vikings put on them with Case Keenum. Thought you told me that defense was going to be improved.
That also goes off of the Vikings defense, though.
You told me that defense was going to be improved. The defense ain't out there scoring points. Case Keenum was, and Stephon Diggs.
No, I was talking about the Vikings defense. The Vikings defense looks nice.
No, I know. I'm saying the defense wasn't out there scoring points. The Vikings offense was with Case Keenum.
Oh.
Like you told me, the Bucs defense was going to be improved preseason.
Man. It's football.
Touche. Hey, we got stomped by the Broncos week 2, and then the Broncos go and lose to the Bills week 3. I mean, it's football. You're right. It's football. So, we are the Uneducated Experts. You know who we are. We're going to give you our week 4 preview. We're going to go through these slated games. I believe I had the upper hand by 1 game last week because we only had 1 game different, and that was the Dolphins and the Jets. I picked the Jets. Mink picked the Dolphins. So that gives me a 1-game lead in our standings so far. Mink, you ready to go through these games?
I'm always ready, bro. You don't even got to ask me.
Let's see if you do better. We're both 1-0 already because obviously we picked the Packers to beat the Bears. So we'll get right into it. In London, 1 and 2 Saints visit by your words, the underrated 1-1 Dolphins. Who you got?
I'm going to go with the New Orleans Saints.
I also have
due
the Saints
to injuries on the Miami side.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay. Due to injuries on the Miami side.
Well, I just think Drew Brees is a better quarterback. Obviously, they have the better team. He's going to put on a show in London. Excuse me. We have NFC West leading Rams, NFC East leading Cowboys, 2-1. Who's going to win?
I am going with the Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, I'm going to side with them. 2-1 Bills. Shocking 2-1 Bills facing the 3-0 Falcons.
Can I tell you who I want to win?
Tell me who you think's going to win, man. Take it.
I think Atlanta goes 4-0, man.
Atlanta goes 4-0. Shout out to Queso. He listened to the show. Good friend of the show. He definitely said the Bills are gonna take this victory. So you know what? I'm gonna side with Queso. This is on you, man. If they lose, I'm going with the Bills.
I like
Winless
it. Take a team and
Ohio.
blame it on somebody else.
Exactly. Winless Ohio. We have 0-6 together. 0-3 Bengals versus the 0-3 Browns. Who gets the W finally?
They're gonna tie.
Yo, if you didn't say it, I was. I promise you I was. But give me a winner now.
It's gonna be Cincy.
That's funny. I'm going with Cleveland. Cleveland's at home. I'm going with the Browns.
I thought you were officially off the Cleveland train.
I am. If you go to our Facebook page /Uneducated Experts, I have said with good sound and health, I was off of the Browns bandwagon. But that doesn't mean that I think they're going to go winless this year. They're going to beat the Bengals. It's going to happen.
All right.
So we're gonna have some different standings this week. We have a lot of games different. 2-1 Lions should be 3-0 in my book, versus the 2-1 Vikings. Who gets the win?
I'm going with the Motor City.
Oh, see, we're different again. I'm going with the Vikings. After what I saw last week against the Bucks, I'm going with Case Keenum one more week.
Twice.
But it does.
No, it doesn't.
But a broken clock
Keenum
is right twice.
Twice in one day. You are correct. And it's a broke clock is right twice.
What'd I say?
You said a clock.
I think I said a broke clock. Whatever. Anyways, let's keep going. Oh, the injured Cam Newton versus the defensive genius and Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Panthers versus Patriots. Who you got?
I took the Patriots as my survivor pick, so obviously I'm going with the Patriots. And if the Patriots lose, I'm fighting Terrence, bruh. I'm telling you, I'll fly to Florida and we're squaring up.
Shout out to Terrence, great friend of the show.
After I fight every other Patriots fan over here.
2-1 Jaguars versus the 1-2 Jets.
I mean, I took Jacksonville in my pool. Neither of these teams have convinced me. They've never convinced me that they want to win. So that's a toss-up.
So give me a winner, Mr. Toss-up.
It's Jacksonville. But if this game was in London, I'd definitely go with Jacksonville.
All right, so I got the Patriots. I didn't say that. I got the Patriots, and I got the Jaguars going 3-1. Who would have thought? You did preseason, but then you threw them in the trash, and you ain't taking them out. So 2-1 Steelers versus 2-1 Ravens. AFC North showdown.
So here's the problem. Pittsburgh doesn't play well on the road. Baltimore doesn't play well at all.
I know. Low scoring game?
That's the thing about it, probably won't be. Because Big Ben's already come out and said that the Steelers' struggles are due to him and he needs to play better. So I think he's going to come out and air the ball out. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh, man.
So
they got more weapons.
I took the Steelers in your pick'em. Shout out to your pick'em. It's getting a lot of love lately. Got about you got 35 people in it.
Yes, we fluctuate somewhere between 30 and 40 every week.
So I picked the Steelers. I don't know. I'm starting to think it's going to be a low scoring game, and I like to side with the best kicker in the league, and Justin Tucker. I'm gonna take the Ravens at home. I'm gonna take the Ravens at home. Le'Veon Bell's not being Le'Veon Bell.
Justin Tucker's gonna win in the game.
He did last year. Maybe not against the Steelers, but he definitely won the game last year, kicking 6 field goals.
Will he kick a longer field goal than the Eagles rookie?
What, this season or in the game?
In the game.
No, he's not kicking longer than 61 yards. He can, but he won't. Not in that game. AFC South showdown. It's a lot of division matchups this week. 2-1 Titans versus the 1-2 Texans. Who you got?
I'm gonna take Deshaun Watson and the Texans. I think after that loss they suffered in the last couple seconds, I think they come and light a fire on the Titans.
No, also, so you think it's gonna be the opposite? Usually, young teams like this with a young quarterback have a letdown the next week.
No, I think he's in because he doesn't look like all these other young quarterbacks.
Yeah, he really doesn't. I'm going with the Texans. Also, I even have a bet with a friend of the show named his name is Matt Hensley. Shout out to Matt Hensley. He's gonna listen to this, and he has to. He owes us something when the Texans beat the Titans.
What's he owe us?
0-3. You find out. 0-3 Niners versus the 1-2 Cardinals. This is interesting.
Once again, who wants the first round draft pick more?
The 39-point losers, San Francisco 49ers against the Rams. They put up 39.
I'm going with Arizona, man.
You're going with Arizona to beat the 49ers. I'm going with the 49ers. Going with the 49ers, baby. Brian Hoyer, Pierre Garçon, Carlos Hyde. Yeah, I'm going with the 49ers.
Okay.
2-1 Eagles, NFC East tied division leaders versus the 0-3 Chargers. You already picked the Chargers to win in the opening headline, so I'm going to go ahead and pick the Chargers also. That's my upset of the week right there.
All I'm saying is the Chargers plugged their phones in, bro. They're charged up.
Jesus.
They're ready to go.
Wah, wah.
They're tired of being 0-3. They're about to get their first win.
All right. 0-3 Giants versus the 1-1 Bucks. Obviously, you took the Bucks, so I'm gonna take the Giants. I think the Giants, much like you said about the Chargers, they are tired of being winless. Odell Beckham's gonna have a huge game, as he always does, and I think the Giants steal this victory down there in Tampa. Oh, you're gonna love this one. Your AFC West showdown, Oakland Raiders versus the Denver Broncos.
So I'm going with dun 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 the Broncos.
Shocker.
Here's why. Here's why. The Broncos defense is built to contain the Raiders offense. The Raiders defense isn't built to contain anyone's offense. So with that being said,
did you see what the Redskins did to him? Jesus, man.
With that being said, the Broncos will win.
Yeah, I have the Broncos also, and it's not just because of what that defense can do. It's also I did not like what I saw from the Raiders. I don't think that changes in 1 week. They got exposed, exploited, and embarrassed in our nation's capital Sunday night against the Redskins. Yeah, I got Denver. Sunday night football. Jacoby Brissett and the 1-2 Colts facing the Russell Wilson offensive line list Seattle Seahawks. I tried to put something in there. It didn't work out.
I'm going to go with Seattle. Even if Baldwin doesn't play, the Colts have not looked nice at all this year.
They looked good last year. What are you talking about? Last week. What are you talking about?
Nah. They didn't look good.
They played the Browns. It's still a victory, man. You play your schedule, baby. But I'm telling you right now, the Colts will go into Seattle, will face the 12th man, and will punch them in the mouth like the Broncos punched the Cowboys week 2. Colts are going to upset the Seattle Seahawks, and it's going to cause a major uproar in Seattle. And it's going to be a lot of hot seats, including Pete Carroll's in Seattle. Colts are going to get that victory.
Okay.
Monday Night Football. 2-1 Redskins, 3-0 Chiefs.
The Chiefs are gonna serve some revenge on behalf of the AFC West, and the Chiefs are gonna dominate the Redskins.
Yeah, I try to build it up like it's gonna be a good game. I think the Chiefs are they might be easily top 2, maybe the best team in football, even over the Patriots right now. They're just firing on all cylinders. You know what I mean? And they're doing it. I ain't saying they're doing it with ease, but they're doing it pretty convincingly. Like he's doing it with ease. He is doing it with ease, bro. He has 47 carries for 400 yards. that is almost 8 yards a carry. That is 8 yards a carry.
Ridiculous.
Excuse me. Because 50 carries it's over 8 yards a carry. This dude is leading the league in rushing.
You said how many yards does he have?
47 carries for 400 yards.
Like 400 exactly?
401 exactly. Excuse me.
So it is over 8.
Yeah, it is over 8. Well, I knew that because 50 carries times
5 yards a carry.
There you go, Mr. College boy. Anyways, so those are our picks. We have several different ones, so we will find out who was right and who was wrong. Who do you think is right? You should side with Jones because Mink thinks the Dolphins are underrated, and we saw how that worked out last week.
Anyways, one bad week and he thinks he's the king.
Hey man, if I don't toot my own horn, no music's gonna get played.
Hey, do you have any tattoos?
No, not at all.
Oh, never mind then.
And you know that. You know I ain't got no tattoos.
Yeah, I forgot you were lame.
Oh, I'm lame.
Anyways.
Okay. Anyways. So
what we got next?
Well, you know what we got to do. We got to dive into this thing called fantasy football. But we have a lot of friends of the show who be talking about fantasy, asking us who to pick up, who to start, who to sit. So we're going to give it to them from the uneducated side. So give me your stud of the week from the fringe players, start or sit.
My stud of the week is Trevor Siemian of the Denver Broncos.
You did this last week.
No, listen. He's going against the Raiders defense. The Raiders defense. It's not even a defense. It's like the Raiders defense. Start of the week, Trevor Siemian. He's probably available in your league right now because they picked him up for the first 2 weeks and they dropped him after last week. If you're streaming quarterbacks, which if you are,
like
a lot of people are. For you.
A lot of people are in one quarterback league.
That's a bad life when you have to stream a quarterback. If you are streaming quarterbacks, pick up Trevor Siemian this week.
You said that's a bad life? I mean, dude, in a 10, 12-man league, you streaming your quarterback. If you don't get Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, or Tom Brady, I mean, are you gonna play Derek Carr versus Denver? No. So you're gonna stream a quarterback. But you know what? You want to go quarterback for your stud? I'll go quarterback for a stud. Eli Manning. Eli Manning got a little bit of his juice back in the fourth quarter against Philly. And we all saw what Case Keenum did against Tampa Bay. Eli Manning, while I don't like him, I think he's one of the luckiest quarterbacks in NFL history. He's a lot better than Case Keenum. Eli Manning throws for 3 touchdowns against that Tampa Bay defense. That is my stud of the week. Give me your dud. Who is a starter on, majority of fantasy teams that's going to throw up some bad numbers?
Can I go with Ty Montgomery?
I mean, if you want a cheap victory, yeah, of course.
I'd say Terrell Pryor, but he's pretty much been a dud every week, so that's pretty obvious. I'm gonna stay with the AFC West showdown. I'm gonna say bench Amari Cooper.
Oh yeah. Oh, he had one good week. Well, he could have had 2 touchdowns week 1, but he only had 1 because he dropped 1, and then it's been downhill after that. So I like that one.
Oh, you know what's another one? Another one is T.Y. Hilton because he had that great performance last week, and he was probably on your bench. So people got excited, and they probably put him back in their lineups, put him back on the bench.
He wasn't on my bench. Seattle. He wasn't on my bench. You never bench anybody versus the Cleveland Browns. I don't care if you was quarterback for any team facing the Cleveland Browns defense. I would start you on my fantasy team. My dud this week, Le'Veon Bell. And he's off to one of his worst starts of his career. And he's going against a team that he typically does not do well against. I know it's tough to bench these star players, your first-round draft pick players. But, hey, man, it's fantasy. It's about taking chances sometimes. And if you can afford it, I would bench Le'Veon Bell. If you got a Joe Mixon, if you got, I think Chris Johnson will have better numbers against the 49ers defense than Le'Veon Bell will against the Ravens defense. So that's my dud. And let me tell you something real quick because I got a lot of heat. I did. We actually got some comments because I said Leonard Fournette was going to have a dud last week. And he scored 14 points because he got a cheap garbage touchdown. I didn't know you can get garbage touchdowns when you are leading a game 44-0 or whatever that score was over there. It was a lot to a little in London. but he got a garbage touchdown. That man had 17 carries for 59 yards. That is barely 3 yards a carry. That is a dud. Just because he bowling ball his way into the end zone does not mean he had a great fantasy week. Just for
14
clarity.
points is a great week for me.
Hey.
Yeah, I got one more stud.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
D-Hop. Don't go to IHOP this week. Go to D-Hop. Hopkins has the most targets.
I'm done. Go to
Hopkins has the most targets out of all receivers for the first 3 weeks. He has always played well against the Titans. Start DeAndre Hopkins.
I just want everybody to know that he's only saying this because he made a trade with a good friend of the show again, Francisco. Shout out to Valencia, but he made a trade with him, giving up the injured Jordan Reed to get the most targeted receiver, DeAndre Hopkins.
First,
pretty
I took
one-sided.
D-Hop off his bench,
Hey,
and Jordan Reed, when he plays, will be a top 3 tight end.
that is okay. First of all, he won't be a top 3 tight end. Well, he will now that Greg Olsen's out, but I still don't think he'll be a top 3 tight end. Maybe I'll give you top 5. I'll squeeze you top 5. But
and besides, I offered both Jared Cook or Jordan Reed.
yeah, well, okay. Everybody's gonna take Jordan Reed over Jared Cook, but let me tell you, just because he has DeAndre Hopkins on his bench doesn't mean you took a bench player from him. He just doesn't know how to do a fantasy starting lineup.
You know what's funny is that the
Bang,
original trade
bang,
was going to be
shots
for
fired.
Dez. It was going to be Dez Bryant for Reed. And I was like, I'll take Hopkins.
That's even
He was
worse.
like, what?
Dez Bryant's better than DeAndre Hopkins.
In 2017?
Hey man,
I would disagree.
don't let
I
Dez
would
numbers
disagree.
fool you. Dez has faced Aqib Talib.
You're only saying
And
this
Bradley
'cause you're a
Roby.
Cowboys fan.
Look at the cornerbacks Dez Bryant has faced so far. Wait till our schedule gets a little bit easier. Wait till this weekend. You see what Pierre Garçon did against the Rams? That's my other stud. Dez Bryant. 2 touchdowns. Not one.
Correct me if
but
I'm wrong,
two.
but isn't Pierre Garçon
two
playing out of the
touchdowns.
slot?
Say what?
Isn't Pierre Garçon playing out of the slot?
They line him up everywhere. They line Dez up everywhere. They line Dez up in the slot against during the game against the Niners when they want to run that stupid wide receiver screen. Not the Niners. Who we played last week?
You played the...
Oh, the Cardinals. Sorry,
Cardinals.
excuse me, the Cardinals. Yeah, because I was like, Patrick Peters is not on him. Why are we running a quick receiver screen? And that's when Honey Badger made an open field tackle on him and lost 2 yards.
Denver
Stupid play
put
calling.
their third cornerback on Dez.
Womp womp, womp womp.
So I don't know
Anyway.
if that says a lot about Denver's corners or if that says more about Dez. I mean, either way.
Says more about your cornerbacks, bro. You know you got the best cornerbacks in the league. You know,
I
1
know.
through
I
4,
know.
you got
I'm
the best.
smiling.
You want me to toot your own horn?
You say 1 through
that's gay.
4?
That's
1
gay.
through 3.
That's
Whoa,
gay.
time out. Whoa. We ain't throwing out no slurs like that around here.
You want me to pat you on the back and talk about your Denver Broncos? It was
First
cheap.
off,
Cheap shot, bro.
Talking
Cheap
about
shot.
my team isn't patting me on the back because it don't got nothing to do with me. I'm not the one paying them. I'm not the one signing them. If that was the case, TJ Ward would still be there.
Oh, here we go. You gonna be that kind of guy? You gonna be that guy like Tyreek Gaines is? I'm just a fan, man. All I can do is support them. I don't have any influence on the game. It ain't my fault the Giants are losing. I didn't sign them offensive players.
I'll tweet the Broncos right now. They better listen.
All I'm saying is Dez has faced some of the best cornerbacks in the league so far. This weekend, he explodes for 2 touchdowns. Do not bench Dez Bryant if you're even thinking about it.
Who would you play? Never mind. We won't do that.
What's up? What's up?
Nothing.
Okay. Awkward pause. What are we doing now?
Yeah.
Because we can do breakout performers. Somebody who hasn't done so well like Amari Cooper to have a breakout game, but he's your dud. So give me somebody who has not been doing too hot. Because last week you said Isaiah Correll, and that didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, and this week I picked up Duke Johnson Jr. So The Browns are going to be behind too much for Crowell to ever succeed. However, they're going to be passing the entire game as they trail. Hence why Duke Johnson Jr. is now in my starting lineup. My breakout performance of the week is Bilal Powell.
Oh, this is because there's no Matt Forte.
All because there's no Matt Forte. So last year,
you're gonna say he's
in
gonna
games
break
when
out
Matt
because
Forte
of
is
volume?
out, Bilal Powell averaged over 100 yards a game.
Okay. Good research. I like that. So you're going with Bilal Powell. The Jets are playing
The Jags.
the Jags. The Jets are playing the Jags, and you gonna go with Bilal Powell?
Yep.
So, but let me take a step back, because you are the guy that says 14 points is 14 points no matter what. So he's gonna be very touchdown dependent, because he's not getting 100 yards rushing.
I mean, I'm not saying he's going to get 100 yards. I'm saying that's what he averaged last year. I think he'll have a good game.
So give me a stat line.
If you're picking up a Bilal Powell off the waiver wire, if he gets you 7 or 8 points, you're happy with what he did. I don't care if he gets 10 yards and a touchdown. You're happy with what he did.
Sorry,
Anyways.
got caught up with your ridiculousness in picking Bilal Powell. Excuse me.
Oh, womp.
So,
who's your breakout player of the week?
my breakout player is Jimmy Graham, because there will be no Doug Baldwin on Sunday night football. Jimmy Graham's going to get all the targets, going to get all the yards, going to get all the touchdowns, only because there's nobody else to throw to. Who you got? Paul Richardson, Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett is a deep threat, and the Seattle Seahawks have no offensive line to let Russell Wilson throw it deep. Jimmy Graham has a bounce-back game and makes everybody happy that they drafted him in the top 8 rounds of the fantasy football draft. Hello? Are you there?
Yeah, I have a question. Have you read the reports on Doug Martin?
Yes, I have read a report on Doug Martin. I think that's just if you followed the Buccaneers much the last 2 years with Dirk Cutter, I'm probably saying his name wrong. He likes to play that coach that takes it week to week. I'm focused on this Sunday. In 2 games, Chris Rogers is not the guy. And maybe Doug Martin's not the guy, but you can't tell me that they're paying him all that money that they're not going to at least give him the ball to be the guy. Hello.
I'm here. I'm reading the report right now.
Oh, well, at least say something that you're reading the report.
There's no way that they don't play him.
There's no way. Exactly. There's no way they don't play Doug Martin. Chris Rogers has looked like doo-doo the first 2 games. I got it. He played the Vikings, and they got blown out. It was a blowout. I don't care what the score says. If you watch that game, they never had a chance to win after the initial kickoff. But, yeah, no. Doug Martin's going to get the starting running back job back. It just coach being coach. I'm focused on this Sunday and getting the win. I'm not looking ahead. I'll wait. We'll deal with that when Monday comes and week 4 is over with. So he has to say that stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Makes sense.
But it's going to be a wild week 4, man. I don't want to see a bunch of these upsets that we saw in week 3. I'm telling you. Oh, man.
Nah, there's no way that happens twice.
People are going to start, well, you say lightning don't strike twice. I say a broke clock is right twice. So, we'll see. I did pick some upsets. You did not. We have about 6 games that are different, and we will see who is right come Monday. Well, come Tuesday. But, as we always do, we've been wrong 3 times so far. Let's see if we can get right 1 time. What will we be talking about come Monday morning?
What will we be talking about come Monday? So last week, what I say?
You said Trevor Siemian is a...
Trevor Siemian?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah. Well, now, I mean, I'm not gonna keep touching on the same subjects. We're gonna be hyping up the Trevor Siemian train again. Well, if you are correct in your pick and Buffalo beats Atlanta, we will be questioning the Falcons and their superiority over their division. But
And
I
their
don't see
Super
that
Bowl
happening.
hangover?
Yeah, but I don't see that happening. I think they're going to pull a Denver Broncos like last year and go 4-0. and then start losing. I'm just looking at the list right now.
So I'm gonna give you my headline, and it's
Go ahead.
because I'm going 16 for 16 in my picks this week. So that means the Giants are gonna win. They're no longer gonna be winless. The Chargers are gonna win. They're no longer gonna be winless, and the 49ers are gonna win. They're no longer gonna be winless. That comes down to the Bengals and the Browns, and I got the Browns winning, which means come Monday morning, the Cincinnati Bengals would be the only team without a win in the NFL. And we will be talking about, which we're already talking about, but it will get real heated. We're going to turn the level up on firing Marvin Lewis. If
I'm gonna go with
Bengals are the only winless team in the NFL, Marvin Lewis should not have a job come Monday morning. He just shouldn't. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. You're not getting the job done, bro. It's time to go.
I mean, if they fire him, they might as well fire the Red Rocket with him.
Oh, yeah, and take him with you. He's terrible. Take him with you. It's time for the A.J. McCarron Show in Cincinnati.
What we will be talking about. And I'm kind of surprised we haven't talked about it yet. And by us, I mean the sports media news platforms. After the Lions win, we will be talking about how real of a threat the Lions are this year to the Green Bay Packers in the NFC North.
Hey, shout out to Gary. Gary, man, he opened our eyes up. He was right.
The Lions look legit, man.
They do. They really do. And, hey, I'll say all respect to Gary, man. We said Aaron Rodgers and bypassed the NFC North, and them Lions should be undefeated. And if they get their win against Minnesota, that's 3-1. And that really should be 4-0. So, again, shout out to Gary, man. You opened our eyes up. Mink took the bait. Yep. I didn't. And right now, you're looking like you're 100% correct on this with the Lions winning the NFC North being a real threat.
If only they could have a legit running back.
I think I don't know if it's. I just think I think the offensive line is built better for the pass, versus the run. I don't think it's Amir Abdullah so much. I think it's the offensive line and trying to create holes for the running back.
I guess it's so weird because normally when you have a good passing attack, the lanes are open to run.
Very true.
Anyways, all right. So that's our.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh no, I'll say that's what we will be talking about on come Monday.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I'm not walking into work screaming at people because they asked me how I did on my picks. Well, hey, how'd you do? We know you make a lot of bets. I was like, I ain't win. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, it was a terrible week last week. I think everybody knows that. On ESPN, I like to compare my picks to those so-called quote-unquote experts. The best one last week was 8-8. So I did better than them. You did better than them. But the best one last week was 8-8. So it was a bad week in football for making picks.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, I think that's our show.
That is our show. As always, we need to tell everybody where to find us.
Oh, all right. So
here we go.
That's pause.
All right. I guess I gotta get one per episode.
So if you look for us on Twitter, it's at UNED Experts, so Uned Experts. Instagram is the Uneducated Experts in those spaces. YouTube, just search Uneducated Experts. Facebook.com/Uneducated Experts. What else we got? SoundCloud, just search Uneducated Experts. TuneIn.com, Stitcher.com, just search Uneducated Experts. Go to iTunes, search Uneducated Experts. If you have an Android and your team Android like I am, download the Podcast Addict app and you can search Uneducated Experts and you can download them right there. Download them and play them as you do whatever, not use any of your data. And if you can't find us anywhere else, go into your favorite search engine. Google and type in Uneducated Experts and we will pop up with multiple links on the front page.
Boom. That's it. We're everywhere. Hey, we're everywhere. And do us a favor. If you listen to this show, and it's on YouTube, hit that share button real quick. We really appreciate it. If you're listening to us anywhere else, just tell a friend. You know a sports
like,
friend.
comment, share, subscribe, download, stream, play, whatever.
You got a friend that likes sports. Tell them about us. Just say, hey, I got these guys I listen to called Uneducated Experts. Just give them a listen. They're better than ESPN. They ain't all about that political BS. They say what they feel like. They say what they want.
You can message us, tweet us, comment, ask us lineup questions on your fantasy team. We'll give you our opinion on it. You ask us
We answer
sports
every
questions.
question.
We answer everything.
We ain't Adam Schefter. We're not Trey Wingo.
That's a terrible name.
I'm out of people. Well, you know, his name is like, he's a third Wingo. His name is whatever Wingo the third. So they just call him Trey now.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool, actually.
That's my wife's little brother. He's the third.
I'm throwing a race card out there. I'm gonna throw the race card out there because if he was a black man named Trey, you'd be like, that's a dope name.
Well, my wife's little brother is a black guy named Trey.
Exactly. So if I say Trey Wingo, you said that's a
I was
whack
talking
name.
about his last name.
Oh, Wingo. Well, come on, man. You can't handle a man's name. That's a family name.
Hey,
Man.
you guys want to order some wings, ho?
Anyways,
we are the Uneducated Experts. I am Mink.
And I'm Jones.
Telling you everything that we think we know.
Yo, and nothing that we do.
Have a dope day.